Hello, this is Ivana.
This is Yao.
And you're listening to the podcast Life in Black and White.
And all the shades in between.
We share all things life, relationships, marriage, parenting, race, and much more. If you enjoy listening to us, then please follow or subscribe to this podcast. You can also find us on Instagram and Facebook under Life in Black and White. Just so you know, two things before we start. The first one being, we're very sorry we didn't release anything last week. It's because we were very, very ill. We just couldn't do anything really. But at least it showed us how important it is to start batch recording. So that's the lesson we learned. And secondly, we recorded this episode a bit earlier in the day, only to learn it didn't save. But I believe it happens for a reason, everything in life. So I think it will be better this time, hopefully.
I'm sure it will.
Do you remember what we were saying? I'm not saying repeat it, I'm just asking. It's a yes and no question.
No.
Okay, good. So it's going to be better this time. Okay. By the way, next time we want to talk about the differences between men and women. One of the differences is that sometimes you think I'm seeking an argument, but in fact I'm not. I'm just asking a question.
Yeah. It clearly is my bias that puts that kind of spin on things.
Sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So, but today we want to talk about a very, very timely subject. Is it right to say very timely or just timely? Timely, no? Mm-hmm. Subject that a lot of couples struggle with, and it's working from home and how that impacts relationship. We share our views and our advice. Well,
I didn't say anything.
You knew about this subject, right? You don't need a list.
What list? Okay, yeah, I know about this subject. Come on, let's get on with it.
So, Yao has worked from home since the first lockdown, like full time from home. Before he worked. The beginning, he worked in the office all the time. And then changed to two days a week, I think, 3 days a week. And now you go to the office once a week. Yeah. Sometimes you don't go at all.
Sometimes I go 2 times a week. It depends.
Yeah. So basically, we are together all the time, or most of the time. So it's not easy, that's for sure. But Let's talk about pros and cons first, yeah? So the pros are that, like I said before, that it's great to have father of my kids around during the day.
That's a slight change from earlier on, because earlier on it was father of my child. Remember?
Is that what I said?
Yeah, that's what you said.
No, I meant baby Yao, because I'm with him during the day, no? So that's what I meant. Like when the boys are at school, I don't care if you're here or there.
I think there's another podcast for later on. Do you believe that you're the father of all your kids?
I think given their mixed race, there is no doubt, is there? I know what you mean. Okay. Jesus. I was just trying to be logical. It just didn't work out. Anyway.
Okay.
But we could have had white kids. Like completely white. It can happen.
Oh, wow.
Genetics.
Why have I gone...
Would you...
Why are we... Okay, let's just get back to the subject.
If that had happened, I'm just curious, would have you believed me that it's yours?
Yeah, sure.
Look, Angel, you created a blonde child with blue eyes.
Yeah, absolutely. Why wouldn't I believe you? Of course. I'll be like, it's fine. Yeah, that is definitely my child. If you're asking why am I swabbing his cheeks and getting a lock of the hair and stuff. It's no reason at all. Fine.
Oh, brilliant. It does happen though, can you imagine? Or like two white people have black child. Anyway, so yeah, it's been a while since, you know, it's like I say, it's good to have the help with baby Yao. I'm still with him during the day. It's great, yeah. But then in terms of our relationship, it's not that great, I'd say. Yeah.
More one-sided than the other, right?
Oh, let me just finish.
Okay, go on.
So, because I noticed that you irritate me more since you work from home. And I know I'm not nice sometimes. I just can't help it. Sometimes you just wake up. I wake up and I look at you and I'm irritated. I don't know why. And that, I don't know.
No, I was just going to say, and I think I mentioned this a little bit earlier on, that, you know, you never irritate me in no shape or form.
Yeah, so but is that due to us being together that often? Spending so much time together?
Or maybe comments. No?
What comments?
Exactly. You work it out. Okay.
Make me think it's too late for that.
Oh, no. Oh, I don't know.
No, that's a huge disadvantage. I'd say that sometimes you feel like you have nothing to talk about on some days, no, because you spend all the day, you know, here.
Yeah, but even if I'm here, I'm not here. I'm not like here having a conversation and stuff with you.
Yeah, but then we don't have that. Oh, it's nice to see you. I missed you. We don't have that. You know, and that's
do.
It.
I do from my side. I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you talk to other people more than me during the day. Maybe. So you're in a different world.
Okay.
Then, you know, I'm at home from my perspective. So that I miss. Yeah, that it's nice when you go office and you come home and we have that, oh, I missed you, you know?
Yeah. And that's funny, isn't it? Because when I do that and I come back, and it doesn't last that long, does it?
Depends on the day.
Okay.
It does last long-ish. Before our children start to go mental, like today, no? Jesus. Baby Al had a huge meltdown earlier. Christ. He can be so nice and chill, and then he can be, oh my God, when he's angry. I don't want to know what he's going to do when he's older. Christ.
Come on, he's just...
Yeah. It's just the stage 2 years, yeah, I know.
Christ. He can't say what he wants to say or do what he wants to do.
Yeah. So, like I was saying earlier, that I'm not a huge fan of this whole working from home, because I can see what it does to people. They put on weight, not you, Angel, other people. Okay. They're more grumpy. They are less energetic. But it's logical, because when you are stuck in a room, say, you know, you sit behind the computer all day, you don't get any fresh air or not as much, you don't socialize, that takes a toll. I don't like that. I don't like that. The whole, you know, working from home thing in general, not in just because of the marriage, but also how it impacts you. You are much more happier when you go to the office. You are tired, you're exhausted, but you're much happier when you come home then, and you're happier in general then.
I think realistically it's just a balance. That's all it is. As long as you get a chance with that balance to go in when you need to, and obviously be home, I don't see it as much of an issue. Okay, when it was
when you say balance, what do you mean?
Balance of actually being in the office when you socialise with
I mean, what's the ideal balance for you? That's what I meant.
2 times, maybe sometimes 2 times a week in the office, but once a week and things. That still means that I I'm not here as such, because there's a cost and stuff to it as well.
Yeah.
When you're obviously traveling in, sometimes if I'm traveling by car, that also means that I have to make sure that the kids are kind of dropped off first, and sometimes that's not feasible. I know you do most of the school runs, but if you're doing a school run, then I'm looking after baby Al and stuff, and vice versa and things, right? But it's just a balance. That's all it is. That's all it is.
But I noticed that we argue more as well. Not big arguments, but we do get, triggered more often than before. But that's logical, I'd say.
Yeah, but to be honest, I would say it's more your fault, though.
Of course.
Yeah, thanks. No.
But then, but then it's also a huge test for a relationship on many levels, But also, it's very important that everything every disagreement you really resolve it. Because if you just sweep it under the rug, or just leave it, then it's even harder when you are around each other all the time. That's how I see it.
Yeah, and apologies if I keep saying this, but as mentioned earlier, sometimes it's not as easy as that, is it? Just to say that.
No, of course it's not easy, but it's very, very important you resolve every little issue. Because every little issue can escalate when you are, say, like we said, like irritable or irritated by the other person for no reason. And when there is an issue on top of that, unresolved issue, that can be really, really intense.
Yeah. If you can, then obviously, that's great, as far as you can do in that situation. But sometimes, like I said before, it's about a compromise, isn't it?
Yeah, but when I say resolve, I mean not let it just hang in the air. Yeah, we always can resolve anything, no?
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but it depends what it is. It depends where it's come from, how deep it is, where it's rooted and stuff in. Sometimes it's not.
Well, possible.
It's not quick. Sometimes
not quick, but it's always possible, no? We always resolve everything. What did we not resolve?
I don't think I want to bring it up here because it's not been resolved. Sorry.
No, really, like everything.
I don't know.
Sometimes it lasts a day. Like we argue and we talk about it the next day, but it's always resolved. It's very important that it is. I would go absolutely crazy if there was any, thing.
Yeah, but that's from our perspective and things. And, we're not perfect. And sometimes, it depends how off it is, how much of something that, maybe I've said something that's got to you or you've done that and it's got to me. It depends how much it's affected the person.
It's basically like a woman on a period. People should be just Alaska sometimes more understanding, just like for say like it's too much for them, they're irritable because of the intensity of being together, so you just swallow it more often than
See, that in itself that's ready for me to kind of start. This would be something we would need to resolve by tomorrow or the day after this conversation where you've just said that.
But with the period?
Yeah.
So what?
Exactly, what?
It's a metaphor.
I get it. No, don't get me wrong. I get it. I don't get it personally, and I don't know the ins and outs. Oh, this is why have you got me to here? No, because I still feel that, even if you're not in a great place and stuff physically and hormonally or whatever, there's still an understanding of how far that you can go and things and that. And I'm not about just Alaska just because you're on your period and things.
Of course it depends, but if it's just something you can just let go easily, then you just let it go.
But if it bugs me, I won't.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I know, that's fine. But I'm just comparing it to that state, you know, like you be more understanding, more willing to let go. That's all I meant.
You mean? Yeah.
No? You know how many times I just let go that I normally wouldn't, maybe?
How many times?
I don't know. I don't count it. But I feel it that often I have to like stop and I want to go off for no apparent reason, maybe.
Yeah.
But then I realize, okay, I need to let go. There's no point. There's no...
But when is that? When do you want to?
When you don't do anything bad, objectively, but it just triggers me or irritates me. Yeah?
And that's perfect.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how it should be, right? If you know in your heart of hearts, you know, it's something that's triggered, but it's actually not something that I've done or anything, then this is why it's not just an Alaska situation and stuff.
No, but when you do something that irritates me and there's not objectively nothing wrong, maybe normally I would have said like something stupid.
Okay.
Or not fair.
Yeah.
But moments like that, I know we'll have to be together all day, say. So I'll just say, okay, let it go, because then it will impact.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
So you're saying that you're doing me a favour by... Is this what I'm reading into what you're saying and stuff?
No, here? Jesus.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
See, one of those things that irritate me.
Another thing that working from home does, you just stop understanding each other, though, probably.
There are definitely disconnects in communication sometimes. And
yeah, but that has nothing to do with a lockdown, maybe. You never know.
Yeah.
Another thing, you know what? Another thing that I noticed, and I told you this before, that what I don't like about you being at home is, maybe we should move on to you after. I'm just talking. It's just me saying my own views so far.
It's all right.
So, say you're nervous and it rubs off on me.
Yeah.
Your energy is in the whole house. Yeah? Whereas when you're stressed and you leave office, it goes with you.
This is something I find difficult to understand and stuff sometimes, because if it's not something that I've turned around and said, but you have this feeling, like if there's something that's going on in my head and I'm trying to work around it, trying to understand it, trying to solutionize it or whatever and things, and you see that I'm somewhere else, right? Yeah. And you see that I'm not in a particularly happy mood because I'm trying it, and it's not about you, it's not about the kids or anything, but what I'm trying to say is, unless you kind of confirm, you know, are you in a mood, or, you know, why do you automatically, why do you gravitate to that? Why do you feel that that's something that sits in the room or sits in the house?
It's not me, it's...
Or the vibe.
It's physics. No, it's...
Why is it physics?
No, it's like your energy goes beyond your body, no? It's like when I'm moody or I'm happy, you feel it without me saying anything, no?
Maybe.
So when you are nervous...
Yeah.
Or it can be work, it can be kids, it can be anything, but you start the day nervous, this nervousness stays here. You don't feel it because you are the source in that moment.
Okay.
And I'm sure it works other way around as well.
Absolutely not.
Because
never.
You are...
Never. You're never the source. Sorry, okay, go on.
If I was... Go on. Or when I am anxious, say,
Yeah.
You feel nervous as well, in a way, no? Because you feel it here.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So that's...
But sometimes I think if I'm locked away in that room, I try to keep it there.
No, you can't keep your energy in the room.
Why?
It doesn't work like that.
Why
Christ,
not?
people can sense your energy around the globe. Online, say. Enjoy.
Okay.
It doesn't. There's nothing to do with the distance. Your energy.
Well, it is if
We
I'm
can-
at
we
the
can-
office.
We we can talk about energetics next time, maybe.
Mm,
I studied that a lot, so I know.
which I appreciate.
I'm not an expert, but I know this.
Well, thank you.
That's okay. And now
Yeah.
you tell me your views. How do you find it? How do you find the impact? You know.
I think yours is more escalated because for quite a bit of the period of the time that you're here, it's just you and Baby Al.
Yeah. Sorry, I just heard period.
What?
Of time.
Oh, Christ.
Sorry, say go on.
Anyway, Christ. So anything that, and you know, like you said earlier, sometimes when he's having, you know, a real chill day and he's all huggy and he's, you know, he can just like be there playing and everything. But if you're hearing me upstairs and I'm on a call and you're hearing me and you're hearing me and you're hearing me and Baby Al is going crazy and stuff down here and, you
Then
know.
I'm angry. You can't come and help.
Yeah. So
And-
that spikes everything. That's, you know, so by the time if I came down and, you know, I've got to the point where I'm like, oh, hey, you're right. Yeah, maybe I do feel that energy. I feel that energy.
Nice. Now you find out.
No, maybe I'm agreeing with you. So yeah, I do sense that. Or, you know, we've had a really bad sleep because Baby has been up all night or, you know, been up so many times and you haven't been able to sleep. Yeah, I do. Maybe I do feel that
Without
energy.
realizing, yeah. We all sense it, but sometimes can't give it a name because they...
But realistically, maybe if I was in that situation, if the roles were reversed, yeah, maybe I would be a bit more kind of. But on my aspect and stuff from that, in your sense, you take Baby out to some baby groups sometimes. It gives you a bit of time.
And that
away
helps
from,
me, yeah.
Yeah, it
too.
gives you some time away. But I like the fact that I can work from home, I can go into the office, and I can mix and match. There's no real, you know, steadfast rule that says that Monday I need to be in, Wednesday I need to be in, Friday I need to be in. You know, we manage it and it works. I think it works more so with just people in general. It's asking people to be a little bit more adult, to take more responsibility in what they're doing as a job. If they've got that opportunity to do it kind of from home, they still have to get the work done. You still have to kind of deliver on the things and things. So there's no two ways about getting, you know, are you doing... Well, if you're not doing your job, it will show. Something's not being delivered. Something's will kind of crop up. You're not doing whatever. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is, I like that. I like that flexibility, and it works for us as well, right? Because it means that life isn't just linear, and everything just kind of goes the way that you want it. Sometimes things kind of crop up. If something happened, stuff at school, and needed to kind of just drop off to just go and sort something out, that flexibility is...
That is true. But what about the impact it has on your mental well-being? You are grumpier, you have to admit.
I think I get grumpier because it's like sometimes there's a countdown. You know, it's like you've worked out that during the week you've gone in X amount of times. So within that X amount of times, are you, am I then kind of waiting on you to suddenly go, oh, you haven't been in this week and we've been okay?
No, I don't mean...
Do you see what I mean? I'm just saying.
But I mean on your well-being.
Yeah, but my well-being, okay, I may not get a chance to kind of go out because during the morning it's full on, right? It's absolutely full on until like midday, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then I might have a couple of extra meetings in the afternoon.
Okay. It's just that, say, when you go office more often, you have more, you're out more with people. You don't have that when you're at home, and you can't compromise that. You need to intentionally find the time to do stuff outside of the home office.
Yeah, that's something I think everybody needs to work on that. Whether you schedule some time to just get up from your desk and go for a walk, or even being on a meeting call and having that meeting while you're going for a walk or something, is something that it's something that you should try, because being at your desk and then, sometimes we get up, we kind of get everybody ready and, everything's kind of done, and then you roll onto your machine and you're still kind of doing bits and you're still moving forward, and then it's the end of the day. But then again, if you're at home, that travel time and stuff is mostly time that you're probably still working, going in the office. That time that you would be coming back, that's still time that you're still in the office or, online working and things and stuff as well. So it is something that there's definitely some areas that could improve. Absolutely. There's no two ways about it. But
yeah, like you said, it's about the balance, definitely. And I think you specifically, you don't have the balance yet. You don't go out as much as, say, to make up for the lost.
Yeah, maybe. And but there's a
that is a hard one, to make sure you don't lose that balance, because it's very easy to just stay in and do nothing. Which I'm not saying you but it's the point that you have to be very intentional.
If I'm in the office, I know at some point I'll, especially at lunchtime, I'll go for a walk, and I'll go for a walk.
Exactly, and that's what you don't have.
Yeah, so
that's not good. That is not good.
I think when you're at home, it's when you've had a moment, there could be a couple of bits with baby that I need to do, even though I know most cases we try to put him down and stuff around that time, or you're just kind of rushing to just try and grab something to eat because there's X amount of meetings and stuff. So it is slightly different. It absolutely is. But yeah, it's definitely something I should try and work into my daily, rather than just,
And this is our advice, or my advice, for everyone who's dealing with this issue. Make sure you do have the balance, that you don't get stuck in either being home too much.
If they get the opportunity, and they should probably just try to put certain things in place that gives them that moment to have those breaks. So, in most people's calendars, it seems these days, it's one meeting which is back to back with other meetings, for most of the day, right?
Talk too much. You talk too much. Irritates me a bit. And another advice is, if your wife says you irritate them, be understanding, because it's not easy, and vice versa, of course.
And I'd never say that, because there's absolutely no reason why I would ever say that you're irritating sometimes.
I'm so hard to live with.
Oh, really?
I have new admiration for you.
You are absolute killing me, no?
Ah.
No, but I'm not easy to live with. I know sometimes I'm hard.
No one is
Yeah.
when you have them there all the time. What sitcom was it when someone was trying to Chandler and Joey? Imagine that you marry her and then you wake up next to that same face every single day. I think that was Joey when Chandler and Monica was going to get married. So that's about sums it up. And we only been together for 8 years.
Yeah.
Can you imagine 20 years?
Oh, can't wait.
You too?
Yay.
Angelo, is there any advice you have on this subject?
Don't get married. I mean, no. No. Just, I think it's just about balance, isn't it? If you have the opportunity to kind of work from home and, work in the office or, go in to, wherever you work, then while you're at home, try and put some things and stuff in place to just give you some time to kind of get up, walk around, move about a bit. Because I can literally sit in that chair for hours because there's meetings. Because there's meetings, I can sit in that chair and I'm not even really moving for hours. And again, on top of that, health and safety, if you're at home, make sure that everything's kind of set up so everything's ergonomically in place so you don't start getting, things like repetitive strain injuries. So it's just look out for yourself, look out for your well-being.
Like you said, I didn't mention that earlier, not just mental well-being it impacts, but also physical.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're more achy, since...
Yeah. Just...
My old man.
Thanks.
It's okay.
Just, try and get up and move around, try to do a few bits, try and put some things in the diary that allows you to kind of do that. Because you know that even if you put something in, you've probably got 2 or 3 meetings that's, you're triple booked on something anyway. Oh, no.
It's a funny word.
And those are the days when I'm a bit moody, I suppose, is when it's
you have
just...
triple books?
Yeah, and you've got to decide which one you're supposed to kind of go to.
Say it again.
Oh, okay, anyway. So, I think maybe the take from it is... And just sometimes we all, from both sides, we just have to kind of suck it up a bit and try and compromise on situations and not be so stubborn. Obviously, that's not me. That's just a bit of advice to my wife and things.
I am stubborn.
What? What? Sorry?
You should see his face right now. It's so cute.
Oh,
You look like Baby O.
He's a good-looking fella.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. So we can wrap it up here. Thank you so much for listening. I'm just double-checking it recorded. Jesus, can you imagine?
We could do it 3 times and just...
Yeah, right. If you like this episode or any episode, it would mean the world if you could leave us a review, because that actually helps this podcast to be discovered.
A good review. A good review goes a lot long.
Yes.
A better distance than
any review.
I suppose.
I was speaking to, who was it the other day, how awful it is when a company asks you for, can you leave us a 5-star review? No, that's awful. That's why I'm not saying that.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying... But you didn't say 5-star. You said good.
All I want is 5-star reviews. If you're not going to bother, then don't bother. No, I'm joking.
Why not?
No.
Leave it there.
Because if there's areas around content and constructive feedback and things, there's always good to learn. And
only good feedback we want.
Yeah. Well, that just goes, it's a great podcast, so that's all we're expecting anyway.
It's so cute how you say podcast.
Oh,
Say it, please.
No. on that note, thank you very much for your time. Thanks for listening to us.
Thank you so much and see you in 2 weeks.
Take care. Bye.